John Calvin, on Psalm 17, verses 2 through 4. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me, and shalt find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Though you probe my heart and examine me at night, though you test me, you will find nothing. I have resolved that my mouth will not sin. These words may be suitably explained in this way. You, Lord, who understands all the secret affections and thoughts of my heart, even as it is your peculiar prerogative to try men, knows very well that I am not a double man, and do not cherish any deceit within. David subjects himself to an impartial examination, seeing God, whose prerogative it is to search the secret recesses of the heart, cannot be deceived by the external appearance. The time when he declares God to have visited him is during the night, because when a man is withdrawn from the presence of his fellow creatures, he sees more clearly his sins, which otherwise would be hidden from his view. Just as, on the contrary, the sight of men affects us with shame, and this is, as it were, a veil before our eyes, which prevents us from deliberately examining our faults. It is, therefore, as if David had said, O Lord, since the darkness of the night discovers the conscience more fully, all coverings being then taken away, and since, at that season, the affections, either good or bad, according to men's inclinations, manifest themselves more freely, when there is no person present to witness or pronounce judgment upon them, if you then examine me, there will be found neither disguise nor deceit in my heart. As for the deeds of men, by the word of your lips I have kept myself from the ways of the violent. If we would have a good rule for governing ourselves, when our enemies by their mischievous actions provoke us to treat them in a similar manner, let us learn after the example of David to meditate upon the word of God, and to keep our eyes fixed upon it. By this means our minds will be preserved from ever being blinded, and we shall always avoid the paths of wickedness, seeing God will not only keep our affections under restraint by his commandments, but will also train them to patience by his promises. He withholds us from doing evil to our neighbors not only by forbidding us, but by declaring at the same time that he will take into his own hand the execution of vengeance on those who injure us. He admonishes us to give place unto wrath. Romans 12, verse 19.